Ever flipped through an old photo album and felt a shiver down your spine? Get ready, because today we're diving into photographs so eerie, even scientists are left scratching their heads. Buckle up as we journey through snapshots that have both baffled and mesmerized experts worldwide. Let's uncover these chilling moments frozen in time. Number 1. Mickey Mouse Madness. Mickey Mouse, the iconic character crafted by the Walt Disney Company, holds a special place in the hearts of millions. His fame isn't just limited to the screens, it's adorned on toys, clothing, accessories, and beyond. Mark your calendars, because November 18, 1928, is celebrated as Mickey's official birthday, marking the release of Steamboat Willie. However, a lesser-known fact is that this famed mouse made his debut even earlier, in Plain Crazy, a cartoon aired 6 months prior. Now, here's where things take an eerie twist. Excited and giddy, many kids back in the day couldn't wait to catch their beloved Mickey on the big screen. In their unbridled enthusiasm, they'd adorn mouse masks, embracing their love for the character. But, captured in black and white, this photograph of eager children in those masks strikes an unexpected tone. The innocent excitement translates eerily on film, rendering an image that might fit seamlessly into the promotional material for a spine-chilling horror flick. Funny, isn't it? How the lens of nostalgia can paint such diverse pictures. Number 2. Mystery of Joy Yacht. Imagine embarking on a seemingly routine journey, only to be engulfed by an unsolved mystery. This is precisely the enigma surrounding the Joy Yacht, which set sail on October 3, 1955, from Apia in western Samoa, aiming for the Tokelau Islands. But this voyage had a twist. The ship never made it to its planned destination. Instead, it was discovered 37 days later, astonishingly off track by a staggering 1,000 kilometers. Now, the Joy Yacht wasn't just any boat. In the 1930s, it was the epitome of luxury, often serving as the venue for glitzy Hollywood soirees. As World War II dawned, the Joy Yacht transitioned from hosting celebrities to serving the U.S. Navy as a patrol vessel. Post-war, it changed hands multiple times until 1952 when Professor Catherine Luamala acquired it. Generously, she gifted it to her friend, Thomas Miller. Miller saw a business opportunity and used the Joy Yacht primarily for transporting goods. But by 1955, lured by the prospect of greater profit, he pivoted to ferrying passengers and cargo to the Tokelau Islands. With a lucrative advance payment in hand, he hired an entire crew for this fateful journey. On board were 25 souls, all seemingly on a regular voyage. However, Miller's ambition might have been his undoing. As the allure of riches grew, he overlooked the essential maintenance of the yacht. When it was eventually located, it was drifting eerily, its engine operating at half capacity, and tilted to one side. Disturbingly, neither the 25 passengers nor the massive 4-ton cargo were anywhere in sight. Even the lifeboats were conspicuously absent, leading to chilling speculation. Had the passengers attempted a desperate escape? If so, where had they vanished? To this day, the haunting tale of the Joy Yacht remains one of the maritime world's most gripping unsolved mysteries, leading us to ponder, what really happened on that fateful October morning? Number 3. Harriet Cowell. Ever pondered the profound impact one person can make on medical science? Meet Harriet Cowell, an unsung hero whose unusual legacy revolutionized anatomical study. Harriet, a mere cleaner at Hahnemann Medical College in San Francisco, found herself confronting the harsh reality of tuberculosis at age 35 in 1888. But instead of letting her demise be the end, she chose to gift her body to scientific research. What followed is nothing short of extraordinary. Enter Professor Rufus Weaver, an esteemed anatomy educator. Taking on the challenge, he embarked on a meticulous endeavor to isolate the entire human nervous system from Harriet's body. Imagine the intricate web of nerves meticulously detached, visualizing connections we often take for granted. Mounted majestically on a display, this remarkable specimen was initially destined to educate Weaver's own students. However, the sheer brilliance of his work didn't go unnoticed. Soon, medical scholars far and wide were drawn to this anatomical marvel. Harriet's nervous system made a grand appearance at the World's Columbian Exposition in 1893, placing Professor Weaver in the spotlight and earning him the prestigious Blue Ribbon scientific accolade. Thanks to this masterpiece, vivid depictions of the nervous system began gracing textbooks, enriching academic curricula not just in the US, but globally. What's genuinely puzzling is Harriet's motivation. Traditionally, the anatomical studies relied on the remains of convicts. Why would Harriet, an ordinary cleaner, take such an unprecedented step? We may never fully comprehend her reasons, but her altruistic act undoubtedly bridged gaps in anatomical understanding, leaving an indelible mark on medical history. Number 4. Strange letters. Have you ever stumbled across a piece of writing that made you pause and wonder about the deeper story behind it? Picture this, a curious photograph of a letter, penned by a woman named Emma Hawke. As you squint to decipher the scrawling text, an odd repetition becomes evident. The haunting phrase, "Come to me," sprawled countless times, occupying every inch of the paper. Now, let's delve into Emma's story. At 30, life took a harrowing turn for her. Amidst a nervous breakdown, her world was consumed by haunting hallucinations. The man she loved, her husband, watched in despair as Emma's grasp on reality waned. In a desperate attempt to find her solace, she was admitted to a psychiatric facility. There was a glimmer of hope, a brief respite, but it was fleeting. Emma's mental state deteriorated further, leading to a diagnosis of schizophrenia. Within the confines of the institution's walls, Emma's days were marked by an unending urge to write letters. Yet, none ever reached her husband, nor did she express a wish to see him. These poignant letters, filled with relentless repetitions, became more than just scribbles on a page. They found their way into the collection of psychiatrist Hans Prinzhorn, serving as a testament to the profound depths of human emotion, even amidst cognitive chaos. Schizophrenia, though understood better today, remains a complex disorder. It paints a world where hallucinations feel as real as reality, where delusions cloud judgment, and social interactions become mazes. For many like Emma, distinguishing between the imagined and the actual becomes a daily struggle. Number 5. Boiler explosion. Steam boiler explosions in the 19th century were not uncommon, and their eerie aftermath often painted a bizarre picture, almost straight out of a science fiction tale. Take a glance at this snapshot, and you'll find what looks like a locomotive ensnared by metallic tentacles. It's a chilling reminder of the risks engineers once took in their quest for speed and progress. The origins of such grim scenes trace back to 1813, with the ambition of British engineer William Brunton. Hungry for more speed, Brunton cranked up the steam pressure in his train's boiler. But rather than achieving the desired acceleration, it culminated in the century's first steam boiler explosion. These explosions would forcefully eject fire tubes located at the front of the steam engines. These tubes, crucial for directing heat from the furnace to convert water into steam, littered the aftermath scene in an uncanny way. It's hard not to gaze upon these haunting relics and imagine a train attacked by some mythical metallic beast. The real story, though rooted in human ambition and error, provides an equally fascinating tale. Number 6. Fight against electricity. In today's hyper-connected world, the mere thought of life without electricity feels like a nightmare. It's hard to fathom a world plunged into darkness and chaos just because the lights went out. Yet, rewind to the late 19th century, and the introduction of electricity was met with skepticism and even fear. Picture this: residents of certain global cities would walk their streets, only to be greeted by odd structures intertwined with wires, the earliest power lines. The modern marvel of electricity was not immediately embraced. In fact, propaganda against its proliferation flourished. An illustrative poster from 1900 by those opposing electrification serves as a testament to this sentiment. Legend has it that this poster was inspired by a tragic real-life incident in 1889. As the story goes, John Fix, a lineman, was conducting his routine work on the bustling streets of Manhattan. An unforeseen accident led to him being electrocuted on the spot, dying instantaneously before a crowd of horrified onlookers. Such incidents fueled the public's apprehension towards this new, seemingly treacherous invention. The conveniences of electricity were overshadowed by its perceived dangers. But as with most revolutionary innovations, time paved the way for acceptance. The number of skeptics dwindled as the undeniable benefits of electricity became evident. Today, it's an indispensable part of our lives, and we shudder at the mere thought of a world without it. Number 7. Man in the Iron Mask. A tale shrouded in mystery revolves around a lone figure known as the Man in the Iron Mask. Held captive during the reign of Louis XIV, this enigmatic prisoner was first arrested in 1669 and remained behind bars for an astonishing 34 years. What makes his story particularly captivating is the king's decree that this prisoner's face must remain hidden, forever out of sight. To ensure his identity remained a secret, he was placed under the watchful eyes of Bernardo Verne de Samar, the warden of Pignerol prison. And for added measure, a mask. Under the alias Eustache Dagger, the prisoner's existence came to light when the Minister of War, Marquis de Louvois, sent a cautionary note to St. Mars about the impending transfer of a perilous detainee. Yet, peculiarly, the name on the record didn't match Louvois's usual script. As St. Mars ascended the ranks and took charge of more prominent prisons, the Man in the Iron Mask was consistently relocated, finally ending up in the notorious Bastille. Despite the harsh conditions of his incarceration, this mysterious man won the respect of his captors. His tranquil nature earned him relative comfort, but there was one unyielding rule: removing his mask would seal his fate instantly. His journey came to an end on November 19, 1703. Following his demise, every trace of his existence, including his possessions, was eradicated in flames. Theories about his true identity abound. Some scholars suggest that he might have been a relative of Louis XIV, possibly a hidden twin or brother. This story transcended historical archives when Alexandre Dumas painted a vivid picture of him in The Vicomte of Bragelonne. Dumas later spotlighted the prisoner in a dedicated play, The Prisoner of the Bastille, cementing the enigma of the man in the iron mask in popular culture. Number 8. Gregory Rasputin. With a wild gaze and an unmistakable beard, the photos reveal none other than Gregory Rasputin, an individual cloaked in the mysteries of Russian history. Gaining notoriety, Rasputin wormed his way into the Romanov royal family's trust. Before stepping into their palatial doors, he proclaimed himself as a mystical healer, a seer of futures. And, strangely enough, amid his controversial hedonistic life and despite his appearance which many found off-putting, he charmed the elite women of the time, perhaps beguiling them with tales of his supposed powers. It was whispers of his so-called miraculous abilities that reached the ears of the Romanovs. With Alexei, Nicholas II's only son, plagued by the unyielding grasp of hemophilia, traditional medicine and faith healers were at a loss. In a stroke of hope, Alexandra, the emperor's wife, summoned Rasputin. Bafflingly, under Rasputin's care, Alexei's dire state saw improvement. How did he manage this? Some historians speculate hypnosis. Beyond his healing, Rasputin claimed to foresee events. While many of his visions fell to the wayside, a few chillingly materialized. Foretelling his demise and the tragic fate of the entire royal family, Rasputin's words bore an uncanny truth. In a letter to the emperor, he predicted he'd not see another January dawn and ominously warned of the royal family's downfall should they play a hand in his end. Proving tragically prescient, by the night of December 29, 1916, Rasputin met his end at the hands of noblemen. Barely 18 months later, the Romanovs' tragic fate sealed, with Nicholas II and his family meeting a devastating end. And that's all from me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon.